The last 10 years of Halo really haven't been very good at all in terms of support and just generally the community's overall health. It hasn't been where it was when the original trilogy launched, and it worries me as to where this game might go in the future with the apparent leaks of the entire game switching to the Unreal Engine and the massive disarray within 343, the management leaving and the new organization of management and things like that. Look, it looks as though they're having a big switch around, but will it be enough? And what impact is that going to have on multiplayer, DLC, or the new campaign experience? Today, I want to talk about and detail something very specific to Halo Infinite, and that is the supposed campaign DLC that Joseph Staten mentioned or hinted at in a couple of interviews before the game or around about the time that the game released. This game would have some form of campaign experience or expansion outside of the original $60 game, which we were all really excited and looking forward to, and kind of thought that it would launch in a yearly or bi-yearly situation or way. I don't think that's going to happen though. But I did want to detail this topic in this video because what does it mean for Infinite if we do have campaign DLC and then if we don't have campaign DLC? So we're going to detail both of them in this video, talk about it, and yeah, go from there. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of this topic. It's a pretty hot one right now, really, in the community, and a lot of people think that we are going to get campaign DLC on the Halo the Endless, the supposed new game, is DLC, and a lot of people don't think Infinite is going to get that level of support. So let me know what you think down below. It's a very decisive conversation, but it's one worth having, I think, to just get it out there and to see what people are thinking. So yeah, leave it down below. But without further ado, let's dive straight in. So let's begin. Will Halo Infinite have any campaign DLC at all, or will Halo Infinite be one game and the next campaign expansion, will that be another game? Look, at this point, we just don't know. It's very mixed signals at the moment from the community, the data mine leaks, and what's coming out of 343 and Microsoft. A lot of people are saying that a lot of leaks, rumors, and trust me bro sources are saying already that 343 have scrapped Halo Infinite's 10-year plan, and they did that all the way back in January, maybe even sometime around December, with the disarray within the studio and just the really bad launch, really, of Halo Infinite's multiplayer. It just didn't leave a good taste in the community's mouths, and I think 343 knew that and knew that there's going to be a lot of work needed to get it to where it needed to be, and they just couldn't do that. I think originally Halo Infinite campaign DLC was planned to be a thing, and it was meant to follow a very similar trend to the likes of Destiny's live service, whereby every year you have a campaign, and then within those seasons you have some seasonal progressions of the story within that as well. But as we've seen, the very lackluster multiplayer narrative, it just doesn't entice people, and it doesn't make people care about these characters, because the way that the cutscenes are done, the way that we progress through these seasons just isn't good enough for us to be engrossed in the story. If we were able to play on Zeta Halo in a PvE setting with these characters, I'm sure we could develop and create much more of a bond than what we do with having a cutscene and then playing Last Spartan Standing for 10 hours to complete a narrative battle pass to then get a 30-second cutscene at the end. It doesn't entice me. I really, to be honest, I'm not bothered about playing and finishing those battle passes because, again, not just the narrative, but the rewards are a bit crap. This is something I was thinking about for a while now, and this is one thing that I think potentially may happen, and the way that 343 are going to take the Halo franchise from this point onwards. Now, Halo Infinite's multiplayer is extremely good at the base. We all know that. It's got a lot of potential, but I believe it has quite a lot of engine limitations in the way that cross-core customization works and stuff like that. Also, the likes of Forge. That mode has taken so long for 343 to develop and to get to the fidelity that it's at right now. It's extremely customizable, and it's such a good mode, and the best Forge mode that we've ever had. Do you really think that 343 are going to sit there and say, okay, we haven't even launched this incredible Forge mode just yet, let's scrap it for a new Forge mode coming for Halo the Endless, which is a brand new game? I don't think that's going to happen, and if it does happen, they've wasted 3-4 years of their time developing this Forge mode, in my opinion. An extremely logical thing for me would be to have Halo as a multiplayer experience, and then also alongside that, have your campaign experiences. And I think this may be the direction that 343 and Microsoft are taking this franchise. We have a set of multiplayer modes. So we have the tanker, we have the free-to-play multiplayer, and then we have the more creative modes like Forge and other things along those lines, custom games, whatever that might be. The separate side to that will be like we have on Warzone. So we have our launcher, we go onto Warzone, and we have the games in front of us as to how we can play. And Destiny does a good job of this as well. You have your different expansions within the base game itself. The expansions are not the game itself. The experience of the multiplayer, playing with friends, being able to do these different things, the tanker mode, the multiplayer experience, that is Halo as a mode itself. However, the campaign experiences come as a separate part to that, which you can purchase optionally if you want to do that. This is one of the things that for me makes the most sense, and it lines up a little bit just by looking at how things have happened. Halo Infinite's campaign was separate to Halo Infinite's multiplayer Forge. Forge, multiplayer, and all of those are free to play. You can play Forge by just literally downloading the multiplayer for Halo Infinite. Same with custom games, same with theater mode, everything like that. The one thing you need to pay for though is that campaign experience. I think that 343 and Microsoft are going to be putting out the campaign experiences for this game as full campaign experiences, but have them listed when you boot up Halo. So the new game will be called Halo, which will be the base, and then you have the different campaign experiences. So the first campaign experience is Halo Infinite, the second campaign experience is Halo the Endless, the third will be whatever, the fourth, fifth, sixth, etc, etc, etc. It's logical. It really is logical, and that's how they're going to do it. And then alongside this campaign push out is where we have the multiplayer live service experience, which anyone that's purchased the Battle Pass can take part in. Look, I don't like the multiplayer narrative at all. I think it's crap, and I think they need to scrap it and go back to square one, to be completely honest with you. But I think if the multiplayer narrative was polished and it followed the actual storyline of Infinite going into Halo the Endless, going into the next game, utilizing and bringing back characters as well. Say Locke came back, we're fighting alongside Blue Team or something like that. But these are the things that we want to happen, and this would make me want to jump into that new season without seeing any cutscenes, without doing anything like this. This would be amazing. I don't know why 343 don't do that and have it like a Destiny live service with a story progression through the Battle Pass and through that season and things like that. Doesn't have to be every week like Destiny, it could be every month, it can be something like that, but just make it enticing for us and link into the actual campaign. Look, the frequency of these campaign releases probably will, I don't know, it's not going to be something that's going to happen every year, I don't think at all. I think it's going to take at least 2 to 3 years, and especially if they're moving to the Unreal Engine, even if just they're staying on the Slipspace engine, it's going to take a long time for them to develop these expansions. Even in that time, it's going to be an 8 to 10 hour game. I would personally prefer a 4 to 5 hour campaign that you can complete on normal, so anything on Heroic or Legendary will be more like 8 to 9 hours, which is done every year, rather than having a full 10 hour campaign every 2 or 3 years. I feel like the more frequent it is, the better, the more people are going to look forward to it as well. And Destiny do it every single year, pretty much. They had the Witch Queen last year, and they're going to have the Beyond Light coming in February next year. It makes so much more sense to do it in that way. But is this backwards? Is this what we want as the Halo community, the modern Halo community? This might have flown like 10 years ago, where the community are fine with the release of Halo every 3 years. But with the current expectations of live services right now, I don't think this is really what the community want. We don't want to wait 3 years for another Halo game or another Master Chief experience. We want it quickly. Unfortunately, that's the demand of modern gaming, and for 343 to have a live service be successful, that's the expectation they've got to try and meet, and I think they do know that already. But in terms of having different campaign experiences alongside the overall hub of Halo, which is like multiplayer Forge and things like that, I think that is the direction that 343 and Microsoft are taking Halo. And the reason why this Halo the Endless isn't campaign DLC, but it is a full campaign experience, not a full game in terms of having Forge and things alongside it, but a full experience that will be coming out in a year or two. That's my thoughts and opinions on the matter. What do you guys think down below? Do you like my idea? Do you think that I'm onto something here? Or do you guys think that this is going to be an expansion for campaign and go like that? But yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below, guys. Just a very quick one just to go into this. I thought it was a topic to discuss. I know that Halo Infinite is not in a good spot, but I do like to keep the name or the name of Halo flowing around YouTube, flowing around this community that we've built over the last year. And I just want everyone to understand that I'm still here supporting Halo, even if it is in a dire situation. I won't be going anywhere and neglecting Halo in the future. I will be branching into other areas of the gaming industry and other games, but I'm not leaving this franchise behind because it is one of my most beloved franchises, and I really hope they can get back on their feet and yeah, I can start making positive Halo content again. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down below, everyone. It's been your boy Wizzo, and we'll see you all. Why did I say that? Why did I say that? Anyway, we'll see you guys in the next one.